Hi friends, this is again the Wandering 650 and you're on my channel, and today we are here to show you the Creta SX automatic petrol, and today we are going to discuss what are the benefits and what are basically the features of the instrument cluster, what are the features of the infotainment system, and at the same time I'm going to also show you around the air purifier and the new seats which we have put in from Stitch, the bucket seats which are of the same color of the dashboard. Let me switch on the lights for you. Yeah, so this is the Creta, and these are the seat covers which we have made. Have a look. It exactly matches the doors and the colors, although some people say it is very difficult to maintain, but believe me, if you are using this for your own personal use, then you can maintain it properly. And we're not a taxi driven car, so this will not get spoiled, and this will not get soiled also, so we'll take care of it. And I will take around and we'll show you what are the benefits and what are the features of the Creta instrumental cluster. Stay tuned, here we go. So here we are. This is the Hyundai Creta automatic petrol, and it is having a panoramic sunroof. We'll go one by one. So this is how the dashboard looks. So let me switch on the engine for you. So here we have the switch. So that's how it starts as the first ignition step. This is the number 2. Yes, so this is the cluster and this is how it looks. It takes a little bit of time for them to, you know, get connected with the blue link. So the blue link is getting confirmed. So now it is confirmed. So in this instrument cluster you will find a lot of things. This is the speedometer, and this is the tachometer, and this is the speedometer on your right, and this is the fuel gauge meter.
Enjoy a pleasant and safe drive, and don't forget to wear seat belt.
Thank you. So that's the welcome note from Hyundai Creta. And so if you see the steering, there are a lot of functions on the steering. So this is the cruise control, and this is when you are switching the patterns on the screen, and you have to switch OK to maintain it. This is the mode for the radio. This is when you are speaking on the wireless phone, which is the Bluetooth, and this is the increase and decrease button with the mute one. And these are basically when you are switching between the modes or the songs. This is for taking the phone calls. This is for disconnecting the phone call. So now let us see if you want to change the compass, which is showing in the middle. So if you want to change the compass, all you have to do is click on this icon, which is shown as kind of a book or a copy page. So if you click on this, you see that the pattern changes and you have all this information. 259 kilometers is the distance to empty. The nearest petrol pump where you can reach is 259 kilometers. That's the time the car will drive. The total driven kilometer in this car is 421. It's 18 degrees outside, and the average, if you see, is 14 kilometers per liter. And believe me, in just running 421 kilometers, having an average of 14 kilometers is a very good performance in a petrol. And I'm sure after the first service this is going to increase. Now if you go to the second option, yeah, if you go to the second option, you see that this is the cruise control. This is the cruise control, and let me switch on the light for you. So this is the cruise control on my fingertip, and once you press it, and if the car is running at 40 kilometers per hour, only then you can press the cruise control and it gets activated. Then you can increase or decrease the speed with this plus and the minus signs. Then let us go to the other features. Now let us see that if we press this again, we get back to the other mode, right? And now let's come to the music system. Now if you are looking at the music system, this has a lot of features. This screen is split into three parts. One is the this one is the GPS. This is for the audio video and also using your USB, and this is again the compass, which shows that where are you actually and what is the altitude. You are at an altitude of 191 meters. This is your location. So what generally happens is that when you are into any kind of a trouble, all you can use is this. There are three features on the rearview mirror. One is an SOS, one is a help me for pickup because I'm in trouble, and the third one is a blue link. So if you're in trouble and you want to be picked up by a nearby pickup truck or a service station of Hyundai, all you have to do is click it, and then they will get this location, exact location, on their system where they can track you and come and rescue you. So this is one of the very important features and a very fantastic feature of the Creta for safety and performance. Now let's listen to the audio. Let me switch on the audio. So thanks for listening to the song. It's one of our favorites. But if you know that the music system is owned and the speakers are owned by Hyundai themselves, so unlike the top model, which is the next model to SX, is XX optional, which has the Bose speakers. Of course, I personally, if you ask me, sitting in a cabin which is hardly 3.5 feet into 3 feet, or maybe around 4 into 3, you don't need Bose speakers, to play a very loud music. But I think this is decent enough for listening on a long ride. Second is when you are actually going into the split screens. Now this is where the touch is very smooth, and it has a lot of important features. Now let's go to the auto healthy air. So if you click on the auto healthy air, right, so you have this sign of the air purifier. Now let us see where is the air purifier located. The air purifier is located right here. Yes, so it is right now switched on. Now let me switch on the air purifier. You see it is switched on, and you have all these features of off, of the mode, whether you can lock it. So the lock feature in the air purifier is very important, because when you have rear passengers or you are putting your elbow on the armrest, you do not activate or do any kind of changes in the mode of the air purifier. So it is constant. So your lock system is very, very important when you are driving. See, you see it gradually is getting into yellow, and then it will get into red. So red is a danger zone where the air quality is really bad. Then it comes to yellow, and then it goes to green. So as we drive and we start driving the car with the AC on, then we can certainly see that the color has changed from yellow to red right now. So we'll switch it off when we'll, as I said, when we drive and the AC is on, this is very, very effective. So these are the suction points of the air purifier, and these are all the suction points and outlets. So you can see that, and see, as I said, it is reducing gradually. Now it has come to yellow, it will go to green. So let us switch this off. Okay, and let's go to the main menu. So there is always a screen to go to the main menu. You see the home button. Okay, at any point of time, if you are somewhere, let's say in your radio, and you want to go to the next or the previous menu, all you have to do is press on this instead of going for the home button. So press on this and you get to the previous menu, right? So these are the maps, these are the voice memo, the navigation, and then you have settings, which is the most important thing. Let us switch off the yeah, radio. So when you click on settings, these are the settings you get: the vehicle setting, the navigation, the phone connection, Bluetooth link, advanced, general, sound, display, and voice recognition. So the most important settings are the vehicle settings. So when you click on the vehicle settings, you have these settings: the driver assistance, so whether the warning volume is low or high. So this generally happens when you are basically using an ADAS system. This car doesn't have an ADAS currently, and but it still tells you that all the assistance of a driver required while he's driving. The lights, this is a one touch indicator. So if you click on this, if you are really want to go from a right to a left, and you want to just touch your indicator once, let me show you. So this is the indicator button. So if you are touching it once, right, it will blink only 5 times. Similarly for 7 flashes, right, if you give an indicator, touch it once, so this is for lane changing. This is not for taking a turn towards the left or right. This is just for lane changing. So these are the flashes you can give out. The headlight timeout is also given, so this also we can do, but as it is written, when the ignition is turned off, exterior lights turn off after approximately 15 seconds. So we can keep that as but it depends. Agar aapko chahiye, you want it, you can keep it. If you don't want it, switch it off. I really don't want it, so I switch it off. Go back to the previous menu. These are the options for door: auto lock enabled on speed. So when your speed crosses 20 kilometers per hour, the auto lock starts getting in. Auto unlock on shift to P. So what I have done is that since this is an automatic, these are having 3 options. You can unlock your doors when you're shifting from the drive mode to parking mode. So now my automatic is on the parking mode, so the doors are unlocked. Or you can unlock the vehicle when the vehicle is switched off. I prefer keeping it on the shift mode, so that you decide which passengers get out at whatever time, and then you are the last to leave the car. Then this is the cluster. So it will tell you about the service interval, what is the service time, the energy consumption auto reset. So after refueling, what is the condition for resetting the fuel economy average. And this is the welcome sound, as I was telling you. It is the greetings and the chime and the cluster turns on. And then finally is the convenience. In the convenience, you have the welcome mirror or the light. So as I said, this is a SX, so you have on door unlock. So when you are reaching the car, the door becomes activated. You have the rear view mirror, the mirrors flapping out, and this is on the approach of the driver. And then you can switch it off also. I keep it because it has a puddle light, and the puddle light helps us in seeing what is near the door before you enter the car. This is the climate. So activation on washer fluid ways. So again, when the washer fluid is used, then the climate prevention of the water fluid gets activated, and automatic ventilation is depends, since it's an automatic AC. So what generally happens, if the outside temperature is 18 degrees and you're putting your car at 22 degrees with the AC on, then the cabin would be a little bit warmer. So don't panic, the AC is working and it is automatic, it is adjusting towards the exterior climate. Now let's go to the navigation. The navigation has all the themes. It has the color theme, the map display, the map view. So if you are going to the map view, then you have the 3D buildings also visible. And then vehicle symbol, you can keep these symbols when the vehicle is moving, so I prefer keeping it as the same as my mobile. This is the route, so the multi-route plan, and so on and so forth. So this is the phone connection, so it tells you what are the Bluetooth connections you have. If I check the Bluetooth connections, it's checking. This is my phone Amivo, so it is trying to catch the mobile phone, whether the Bluetooth is switched on or not, but we'll see that, because I don't want my phone to be connected now. We are in the parking. So these are the Bluetooth connections it is showing, and this is the Android Auto, and this is the Apple CarPlay. So the only thing is that the Android Auto and the Apple CarPlay gets connected with a mobile through a cable. So you have to insert the cable here, connecting your phone, and then your phone gets activated in the entire screen. So then you have the BlueLink settings. So let me tell you what MG Aster or the Hector or the Menji company is trying to boast, that we have an AI. BlueLink is nothing but an AI, and basically MG has a connection of the Geo, and Geo SIM enabled SIM card, but in this we have a Vodafone, so it is called a geofencing. So the geofencing is basically wherever your car travels in India, it is connected with the Vodafone connectivity. So if you click on this, the voice control, then it gets activated. So this basically works like Bluetooth connection. You have to give a command. You can open your sunroof, you can close your sunroof, you can switch on your AC, you can switch off your AC. So these are certain features like an AI works in an MG. Then you have the general settings, the date and the time, the language you want to see, the units, that is the temperature. Like currently we are at 18 degrees temperature out here. So I have put it in Celsius, not in Fahrenheit, and same as the kilometer efficiency. So it is all about how each country perceives or reads the temperature. Some read it as a Fahrenheit, some read it as a Celsius. In India we read it as a Celsius. This is the screensaver. I put it on digital. This is the analog. So this is how it will look when it is on analog. I put it on digital. And then you have the system info, that is basically the version or the info of the car. Let's say this is the software which has been used. The navigation app is this. The map is basically on this kind of an IP address, and this is the device ID. If you like, you might take a screenshot of this. So then comes the sound. Yes, the sound is centrally. You can put the sound a little bit higher towards the driver seat. You can put it towards the passenger seat, or you can put it on the left, on the right. So the best way of listening to any music is you keep it in the middle, so that the echo and the effect of the systems and the speakers are really good. These are the volume levels for the system and the phone projection. This is the equalizer, so you can adjust the equalizer as per your requirement. So I generally listen to a lot of bass and bass, and basically treble is a little bit low. Then the volume ratio is prioritized. I keep it as as the best option given by the company itself. This is the navigation volume. So when you are putting on your GPS, the background sound of a lady or a male which comes is basically the map screen volume, and you can control that accordingly. And this is the radio noise control. I have kept it in a very mild noise reduction. This becomes the original sound, and this becomes a strong noise reduction. So when there are external you're on a highway, then the noise of the radio is extremely a little bit louder than the normal one. So I keep it as a mild noise reduction. Coming to the two more important, this is the display. So you have an auto dimming illumination. So I do that because when you close your car, then the automatic light switched off very slowly. This is the brightness. You can adjust, reduce, and this is the reset button. So this information which is saying battery discharge warning, because I have not switched on my car, I have not put on the ignition, but I am running everything on the battery. So it is just trying to tell me that you need to switch on and save a little bit of battery. So this is the voice recognition. This works with this. So whenever you switch on this, then the voice recognizes the tone and the accent of the person who's giving the command. So now I think we have covered everything. We have covered phone, we've covered auto health, we have covered the auto radio, we've covered the navigation, blue link, and everything. Now let me come to the gears. So now currently we are at parking. So we can put this on reverse. So when you put on reverse, you have the reverse camera. So you can see the camera quality is really good. This is where you find the car's position. Then you put it on neutral, right? And then you put it on drive mode. So in the drive mode, you have two options. One is drive, one is sports. So all you have to do in sports is just put this trigger towards your right. So once I put this on this mode, then the car takes off a little bit faster, not a little bit, much faster than the desired levels. And then you can put this back again on the drive mode. And for the sports mode, you have plus and minus. So if you keep on moving your gear a little bit up, then the the gear changes and the sports mode goes into from gear 5, gear 6, gear 7. So there are 7 automatic gears. And you also have paddle shifters. So paddle shifters, this is for minus and this is for plus. So paddle shifters are basically used when you don't want to use the hand for shifting the gears while you're in the sports mode, right? So you can use the paddle shifters, but in India the paddle shifters are rarely used because you have a lot of traffic coming in unless you're on the highway. So then the last 2-3 points, this is the parking. So it is an electronic parking brake. You don't have a lever, you just have to press this and the parking happens. So let me press this and let's see. So if I pull this a little bit up, you see the parking signature and the, yeah, you see that. Now if I put this down, so it goes away, right? So then you have the auto hold option. The auto hold option works when you are actually on the mountains and your car is in a tilt position. So when you are moving up in an uphill, so if you press the auto hold, the sign will come as an auto hold in the instrument cluster, and when you're releasing the brake, the car doesn't roll back. So this is a very important, and this is a very interesting thing which has been given, is a view. So when you're actually driving your car or your car is switched on and you want to see who's behind and you have not put in your rear view mirror, rear view camera on, then you can press this and you can see the anybody who's traveling behind or anything which you see is when you're not in the reverse parking gear, right? So this is the automatic climate control. You just have to increase or reduce it, right? And this is the, if you press this, automatically it will definitely calculate. And these are the switches for off, the front defogging, the rear defogging, for the position of the wind blower, and this is for internal circulation and external circulation. I generally keep it as an internal circulation to avoid any dust particles or any smell coming into the cabin. So let me switch this off. So this is all about the Creta SX Petrol and the features which are found on the instrument cluster, as well as the music system.